hats off to App State. They're a very good basketball team, and I think over the last 7 or 8 minutes of that game, they showed it, right? The way they responded, the way they handled it. We dug ourselves out of a hole in the second half. We battled, we competed, took a lead. We were right there for a while. We had momentum, and they didn't deviate from what they do. They didn't panic, and they did what they do. And so they're a darn good basketball team. And I think, the last 7, 8 minutes of the game, you see why they are. So disappointing way for us to end the game. Again, we ran out of gas a little bit there at the end of the first half, and I thought we ran out of gas there towards the end of the game for sure. Again, I thought for a long time we battled and we competed, against a physically much bigger team. Ultimately, the offensive rebounds caught up with us in the end. But for a long time they didn't. We just didn't have enough. We just didn't have enough in the tank tonight to kind of stay at the level of play that we needed. At the level of play we were playing there for a long stretch to keep it, an extremely close game.
They broke it open with a 19-2 run midway through the second half. Was that purely fatigue, or did they do something different schematically, or did you do something different that didn't work?
A little bit of all of the above, I would say. No, there's no question. I knew it was a big run. I didn't realize it was 19-2. I thought it felt like 14, but okay. Obviously we had trouble guarding the ball screen situations there, right? They got the lobs. We had some. We just weren't as good guarding in the ball screen situations as we had been earlier. In that stretch, Huntley got, I think, 2 of the 3 lobs, but there were other sort of breakdowns. So I think, physically being tired led to us sort of mentally being tired, and then we lost our focus, right? And we didn't communicate as well, and we didn't have like that extra effort, if that makes sense. We would sort of make one effort, but we didn't have enough to make the second effort. And whether that was, I think probably physical fatigue that led to mental fatigue, and then that leads to loss of focus. And we got caught, watching as they were scoring at the rim. And then obviously, Harkham hit 1 or 2 big shots there. Tate hit a big shot there in that stretch, I think also. Where we were sort of there, but not really, right? They didn't feel us enough. And again, I think we were physically tired. They beat you up, right? They're physical on defense. They outweighed us at every spot, right? They were bigger than us. They outweighed us, and they play that way, right? I mean, they lean on you. They lean on you. They rub on you. They bang on you. And that takes a toll over the course of a 40-minute game for sure. And that's what you saw. I thought you saw that. We weren't able to offer enough resistance when we got tired.
And some of that's probably reflective of their depth versus yours, right?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit deeper, but I mean, they played 9 guys. We played 9 guys, I think, right? I think they're just, maybe a little bit older, maybe. They're just bigger, right? They're bigger, and this is what they've done all year, and they've had success doing this all year. So it's easy for them to just sort of stay the course, right? Whereas, we're fighting like heck to hold on. And tonight, it was just harder to hold on.
It was pretty difficult. You have a team that's successfully grabbing offensive rebounds, but at the same time shooting 50% from beyond the arc. They kind of had both of those things going tonight. I don't know what the numbers are and how they've shot this year, but is that kind of a bit of a departure, I'm imagining, of the success behind the arc?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I think they're shooting, yes. No. They shot the ball extremely well from 3, much higher than they've been doing, which I think was 33, 32, 31, 32, 33%, right? I mean, they haven't been they shot the ball well tonight from 3, and we maybe made it a little bit easier on them. I mean, there were some breakdowns where they were just wide open, and those were breakdowns that allowed that to happen. But I think some of it also was just momentum, and we didn't offer enough resistance, right? We didn't offer enough resistance in the paint. We didn't offer enough resistance on the glass, and we didn't offer enough resistance, out there on the perimeter, and guys were able to just sort of rise up. And I don't think it was for a lack of want to. I just don't think we had enough of it tonight to be able to do it. Excuse me.
Senior night, Saturday night, last home game of the season. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's an opportunity for us to play again. It's an opportunity for us to compete and get a chance to win, right? Senior night is always, an interesting night. It's an emotional night for some people. It's always hard to play your last game at home, right? There's something about that it's disappointing in some ways, right? You want it to continue. I know I want it to continue. As much of a challenge as I never want any season to end. We have great fans here, and this is a beautiful arena, and this is a great situation. And so, I really like being here. I really like playing. I know our players do. So, again, we had a great crowd tonight, I thought, right? And the crowd that was into it and, trying to give what they could to our players. Senior night, we got 2 guys. It'll be their last go-around here at home, and one guy's been with us for only a year, and one guy's been part of this program for a lot longer than that. And they're both valuable guys, and it's hard. It's hard for them. I think it's probably hardest for those 2 guys. But what I said to our guys in the locker room, and we got to find a way tomorrow to be ready. Right, this hurts. This is disappointing. It's deflating. All right, but we got to come in tomorrow, and we got to be able to turn the page, and we got to be able to get ready for Saturday, and we got to find a way to build it back up. And our players, through all of this, have been able to do that, and for that they get a ton of credit. And we have to do it again tomorrow. We have to build it back up and get ready, right? We'll be smart with what we do, but we have an opportunity to play on Saturday, right? And we have an opportunity to get a different result, and we have an opportunity to play better, right? To play better than we did tonight. And so we got to get ourselves ready to do that.